How's it going, everybody? This is Novakast back with another review type video, and with this one, we actually we're gonna be reviewing the episodes for Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. More so the first episode, kind of give my first initial opinions, and then through future videos talk about the other episodes. But to kind of get us set up, and for those who probably won't see this right away, obviously released in 2021, created by Hiroyuki Kobayashi, starring, at least for the American version, Nick Apatolidis, hopefully I said that name correctly, as well as Bill Boots, and Kellen Goff. And this is actually really interesting, to say the least. Because, in case people don't remember, we had 3 other, I guess, Resident Evil-esque animation media. Well, at the very least in the form of movies. So, this was a little bit of a change of pace to some degree. Especially with, everything that goes on, especially with Resident Evil. In fact, just to go down the list of what we have for, the Resident Evil anime films, we had Resident Evil Degeneration, Resident Evil Damnation, and Resident Evil Vendetta. Which, I'm going to say, were actually a really cool extension to the game franchise. So much better than, the live action content. But anyway, this is another, I guess, addition to what we have been able to experience so far with the Resident Evil series. So in this regard, it's going to be, to an extent, interesting, to say the least. Now, I think I should mention right off the bat that, especially with, again, because this is just first-hand experience, or at least impressions of this. The animation looks really good. Like, really, really freaking good. But, again, what do you expect? It's 2021 now. And comparatively to some of the earlier films, it does its job. Especially with it being 3D animation. Though, if I had one gripe, and this is something that has been on and off with the animated Resident Evil films, it's that lip sync. I think, if anything, if I have one big gripe out of anything involving the animated Resident Evil extension or story extensions, again, it has to be the lip syncing to the characters. And, by the way, again, not to be an ass, but good lord, this is 2021. And I don't want to make a joke about, it being better than, or at least, Godzilla doing it better for the old Godzilla films. But, again, there are the moments where it does, like, the dialogue doesn't mix well with certain points of, character dialogue. But anyways, animation looks good, lip syncing is bad, and we are actually, especially with episode 1, we are actually set up pretty well. I think even more so in an interesting way. It starts off with a skirmish in a country called Panamstan. Which, is that a real country? Is that a real country?
A few moments later.
Okay, so I just went on Google for a second, and the only thing that pops up is what we got for Resident Evil. So I'm just going to assume that Panamstan is not a real place. I mean, the first thing that pops up for pastemagazine.com/TV/Netflix/Resident Evil Infinite Darkness review it mentioned or has a quote that says the show opens in PhaynIngmar, a fictional country in the Middle East that is not so subtle stand-in for Afghanistan. PhaynIngmar underwent a civil war 6 years prior to the show's start, which led to military intervention from the United States. So, yeah, not real country. Though, to be fair, I'm actually kind of happy that they actually went with a name this time instead of what they did with Resident Evil Damnation, where even though it was a country in Europe, it was just called The Country, which is, they didn't give an actual name of what the country was. It was just The Country. And I don't know why I'm doing that voice, but in the end, it's a lot better than just calling the location that more likely some of the skirmish is happening at just The Country. But anyways, so we have this quick session where we see this skirmish, the aftermath where several military or U.S. military soldiers have been strung up and about to be burned alive, or at least what's left of them. And one of their eyes opens up and they aren't looking too good. And we also get a moment where we get to see Claire as well as Leon. But for the beginning, we see Claire, who is trying to comfort this boy who has been through the skirmish. And after seeing an image of what looks like zombies, she heads to the U.S. Speaking of, or at least, the United States, there are some issues going on where apparently the White House has been hacked, and they're trying to figure it out, like who could have possibly have done it. So they contact the best of the best, including our good buddy Leon S. Kennedy, to try to set up a team to take out these people that are causing problems. But more problems arise when apparently zombies start pouring into the White House. Or at least not pouring in. Somebody brought zombies into the White House. The question now is, who's doing this? Even though in some sense, at least at this particular time, according to certain individuals, it appears that China might be the ones that have caused this mayhem to occur. So now it's up to Leon and the rest of the team that he is with, including a particular soldier who may have something going on with him, but he is classified as the hero of PhaynIngmar. And they must, neutralize the threat and go from there. So, yeah, should be interesting. Above all, like I said, we're off to a good start, especially with the show. Though it's really short, but I kind of figured it would be because, well, let's face it, animation, it takes quite a bit of money to do. So I could see, them doing this where it's, just short episodes. Though, to be honest, it's also only 4 episodes, last time I checked. But to play devil's advocate, they did the same for Castlevania, where like the first season was only a couple of episodes, and I think that was more so because they wanted to kind of test the waters to see how many people would actually watch that show or watch Castlevania. So again, we're off to a good start. Animation's really good. The animation's really fucking gorgeous, I should say, to correct myself. And my only gripe, as of right now, again, was the lip syncing. At least, for the characters. And the American dialogue. Also, actually, no, I got one more. I don't like Leon's voice. They picked a different actor for Leon. He sounds younger. It's Nick Apostoles. I really fucked up that name. I just know it. But yeah. I'm just going to call him Nick A. Nick A, when he speaks as Leon, he sounds younger. Which, Leon's been doing this for years. There should be no reason for him to sounding younger than he was before. It's weird. So, besides that, I don't think I got anything else I need to say. We got a couple more episodes that we have to review. So, with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh, by the way, I'm going to give, especially with it being a good start, I'm going to give this a 8 out of 10. Only because, 1, the lip sync, 2, for Leon's voice. I know I'm being petty, but in the end, I just can't stand Leon's voice. I think it's too young for a character who has been doing this for years. And above all, like, the thing that really got me was just how we got started with this whole situation. So, yeah, 8 out of 10. With that, I think I'm going to go ahead and end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, please leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description down below. As well as check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Novakast, and I got 5 good one. Take care. Peace.